Hey there, how you doing, friend? Welcome to Soulvine. This is Jamie. We are checking in, Pisces, for your energies. Let's see what's happening this weekend. I have to say, like, the energy this week has been pretty intense. I feel like there's a lot of disruptive conversations or interpretations of things at the moment that could be causing some, conflict in communication and things like that. Again, that's an astrological thing too that's kind of showing up as well. So just be mindful of that. Be gentle on yourself and others at this time. Let's dive in. Let's get a little bit more, see what is going on and how we can best support your journey today. For our beautiful Pisces, sun, moon, rising will be the most dominant. Thank you, Spirit. For our Pisces. So first up, we've got Six of Cups. I'll pull them all and then I'll read. That's sitting in your current position. Let's have a look at what's challenging right now. We've got the Nine of Wands. Current influence over this matter. Oh. We have got the Hanged Man. That's your energy, Pisces. The past impacting presently. We've got the Queen of Wands. What's going on in the headspace? The Devil. Okay. Potential outcome. Four of Pentacles. Sorry, that's near future. Your power in this situation. You've got the Ten of Cups. What's going on around you? Got the Queen of Cups. Hopes and fears. Three of Cups. And now here's potential outcome. We've got the Page of Cups. Okay. And then we're also showing Seven of Cups at the end. All right. Now, Pisces, looking at the current situation, you do have the Six of Cups energy. There does seem to be something here around, it feels, again, it's coming up around, I feel like some conversation or some openness or something here that I'm trying to, I'm connecting into the energy, so I'm trying to explain and interpret what it's trying to share here. But the way that I am feeling the energy and kind of see here is that there actually feels like a little bit of intensity or maybe even anxiety that's coming with it as I'm connecting in. It seems like there's a situation here about something I feel like something that's happened, okay? And whether you're trying to balance this out, trying to make this work, whether this has got to do with yourself and somebody else or even a child figure, I feel like there's some part here of someone wanting to be understood and wanting to be seen and acknowledged under the layers of things. But I feel like there's been, again, when I connect back into the energy, I get this little bit of anxiety feeling. So I don't know if there's been a conversation that's had or there's someone on your mind or something that you're worried about. But I feel whatever it is, it's been a bit of an uphill push at this point in time anyway, with this Nine of Wands challenging it. So maybe, someone's trying to connect, trying to engage, trying to talk, trying to make things light and connected and, at peace. But there's something else that's kind of in the mix of someone's either exhausted or feeling challenged in a different way or fighting a battle of some kind here. In terms of the influence, it's asking for some reflection here, Pisces, okay? To reflect, to understand more perhaps of what's going on, or if you did take a step away, is that going to allow space to open to assess the situation a little bit differently? Because the past is impacting today. You have the Queen of Wands energy. Now, does this represent, there's a couple of things coming through, represent a version of you that is coming out to play, or how someone is seeing you, or is this another figure that in your life that you currently have a perception of how they operate, how they behave? There's something either being looked at by you or you looking at something that brings up the type of patterns or behaviors around a Queen of Wands energy. So, usually charming, charismatic, attractive, playful. Oh, I need to watch out for that one, kind of energy. But it could also be to someone who just has that magnetism and confidence that sometimes when it's looked at or they're in the mix of things, sometimes that energy can also stir the pot sometimes. And that's what I feel is happening. Something or someone, again, there's a bit of stirring the pot is what I feel is happening here around a situation. Because in the headspace is the devil. So either someone's habits or behaviors are really taking over here. In the headspace, it's what someone's either witnessing or what someone's thinking. So if you take this directly for you, Pisces, is this something, again, you're witnessing about yourself or that you're seeing, or that's you're doing something and people are believing that's what's happening? There's something here about, I feel, wires being crossed or communication misunderstood or thoughts and expressions challenged here right now around a situation. I don't see bad intent here. I just think that there's something here that is just not balanced out at this point in time. But what I can say with this near future, with this Four of Pentacles, if you're worried about a situation or something, I feel like this is not something to let go of or question too complexly. I feel like this is something that needs to be grounded and needs to be held on to and needs some acknowledgement here of the foundation that's built. Sometimes with this card, sometimes this can be safe. Maybe this could be, being a bit more frugal or holding back your energy towards something, but it could also be about the structure of building and where you're going to put that time, where you're going to put that effort, where you're going to put that energy for something to grow. So it can be both sides. It depends what side of the coin you flipped when you're connected to this energy. So I think right now, hang in there, or this situation will hang in there, even if there is some difficulties or like I said, a bit of the pot stirring right now. Because your power in this situation, you've got the Ten of Cups. I mean, to have the Ten of Cups here, it's beautiful energy, right? It's energy that you permit or permeate. It's your energy that brings this situation to a warming sense of why it's important to connect in and hold on and keep pushing through. Because, as I said, sometimes there is a point in time where you've got to stand still, but you'll know what action to take, what steps to take. You've got the insight here. So, there is something about taking a step back and having a look here and what that perspective or the overall perspectives that could be showing up in this dynamic. But I feel you've got something special here in this mix or around this connection and situation that you got the Ten of Cups. There is a lot of happiness there. There's a lot of warmth there. There's a lot of future growth there if that's what you want. But you've got the power to bring that into the dynamic here or remember. I feel like someone's remembering who you are and what you have and what you bring. And again, it doesn't mean it's someone from your past. It could be, but it could just be the situation that you're dealing with right now. It's connected to home. It's connected to a spirited life and happiness, and people that could be family to you, in whatever regard that resonates. Now, in terms of what's going around you, in terms of the environment, you got the Queen of Cups. That's really nice energy. That's a lot of love, a lot of care, a lot of support, a lot of understanding. So whoever's coming in with this energy, you or someone else, it's supportive. And this is what I mean. Like the energy shifts quite significantly in terms of where this is all going. And then you've got the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups in your hopes and fears. Yeah, is this, you could be questioning, is this something you can look forward to perhaps, or reconnect with, or reunite with, or it's going to move towards a positive, happy direction? I feel like that's part of it. Maybe that's part of the question And if you're looking at, well, I don't know what to do here, that's kind of what's showing up. In terms of the outcome, again, there's openness here. There's care here. So I feel there's a lot of love or a lot of care around this situation or around a certain person or a dynamic. And I feel right now there's just a lot going on in terms of feelings, and with the Seven of Cups underneath, yeah, and strength, Two of Cups, yeah. I just feel there's been something uncomfortable, something that's gone a bit wobbly, and in terms of the energy that's showing up here right now. But I feel you're going to be able to move through this, and there's some, like I said, there's something special that you bring to be able to work and balance this out, if that's something that you want, right? I just feel like everything's going to be okay, but I do feel like there's some patterns and behaviors here that are showing up or being looked at or being witnessed or being maybe even projected from somebody on what they think, is going on. There's something uncomfortable happening in someone's way of being or looking at it, and I feel like you will get through the other side of this. There could also be too, there's something here that's quite excessive in someone's approach, and with that, it's just a matter of, again, holding space, holding down the fort. I feel like, do it for yourself, Pisces, at the end of the day. But everything's looking like it's going the right direction, and that's what we want. So much love to you, friend. As always, appreciate you being here, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye now.